All right, so today we're going to be reviewing how to create dot plots and just kind of looking into what we do with the data and to get it to the graph. So first thing you need to review is some important vocabulary. So we have first data landmarks. That's just your range, mean, median, and mode of a set. We also call this measures of central tendency. So it does have two different names. Maximum, that's your largest number of set in a data. And then minimum is your smallest number in a set of data. This means the smallest number with a dot on it, not the number with the least amount of dots on it. Okay? Median, that's your middle value in a data set if you order all the data from least to greatest. I can't emphasize that enough. So basically, if I had a set of data that was 5, 1, 2, 3, I can't just start crossing it off and then finding the middle number. I have to put them in numerical order from least to greatest first. So then it would be 1, 2, 3, 5. Then I can start crossing off and find the middle number. Now, as you can see here, we're left with two numbers in the middle. So to find the median, don't forget what we do is add the two together. So 2 plus 3, which is 5, and then we take that and divide it by 2. That would end up giving me 2.5 or 2.5 as my median. Mode is the value or values that occur most frequently. So when we're looking at a dot plot, you're looking for the one that has the most dots above it. That would give you your mode. Then we have distribution. That's how your data is spread out. So is it clumped together? Is it far apart? And variability describes how spread out the data is. Is it very spread out? Is it very clumped together? Is it clumped to the right? Is it clumped to the left? It's going to just describe what's happening. Also, when it comes to distribution, the greater the range, the more spread out the data is. So if I have a very large range, for example, maybe if I have a range of like 100, chances are my data is very spread out. However, if I have a range of maybe 2, chances are my data is clumped together. It's not very spread out. So large range, spread out data. Small range, clumped together. All right, so let's review how to make a dot plot. So we're given here a following set of data points, and we're going to use them to make a dot plot. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw a number line. Okay, make sure you put arrows at the end because remember, number lines go on forever and ever and ever because there's no limit to how many numbers we have in this world. So what I want to look at next is what should I start my number line at and what should I end it at? So really what I do is I look at my maximum and my minimum. Okay, so looking at my data, I could see that my minimum is going to be 1 and my maximum is 10. So knowing that, that's going to help me number my line. So for me, I would start at 0 and go up to 10. So then I just go ahead and make my number line. All right, once you have this done, now it's just a matter of plotting the dots. So I just basically go down the line and I put a dot over every number I see. So my first number is 5. So I put a dot over 5. Then it's 7, 1, 3, 7, 7, 10, 4, 2, 3, and 8. Get rid of those so it doesn't confuse you. But as you can see, there's my dot plot. I did not start by putting my dots down on the line. They go above the line. So make sure you're going above the line. And if you notice, I lined up every first dot and every second dot. That makes it easier for you to visually see how many each how many dots each number has. So that's more for a visually easy effect on this graph. All right, so from here I can get some other data from this, some other information. For example, I could get the mode. So we're looking at our data landmarks. So the mode occurs the most. So my most dots is under 7. So my mode is 7. I can get the median. And we've talked about this, putting them from least to greatest, crossing out. If you did that process, you would find the median is 5. I personally would not look at the dots and start crossing those out. I would actually take the numbers, take the time, and write them out. Chances are you will make more mistakes if you look at just the dots than if you look at the actual numbers. All right, so then I have my median. I could find my mean. Now, of course, we haven't really talked too much about that, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on that today. So we have maximum, minimum, median, mode, and range. Range would be my last one because remember, range is going to help us figure out does this have, what kind of distribution is this? What kind of variability does it have? So we're going to look at the range. Range is just your maximum minus your minimum. So that means I'm going to take 10 minus 1 to get an answer of 9. So my range is 9. And compared to the numbers that I have, that's a pretty big range. So since I have a pretty large range, that means my data is more spread out. Therefore, it has a greater variability since it's so spread out. If I had a smaller range, that means my distribution would be more clumped together and my data wouldn't be as variable. So there you go. That's how we make a dot plot.